Jordan, how may I help you?
Jordan, you may help me by asking your question here on the Ask Gary Vee show with Michael Ventura.
Oh, you guys are so cool, man. I knew it was from New York. I was hoping it was you guys. Let me go back to it real quick. I'll pull it up.
No worries, brother. While he's pulling up,
right.
well, you got it, Jordan?
Yeah, one sec here. My question is, what's your best strategy for working closely with creative type people who can sometimes be difficult to work with?
Jordan, and before Michael answers that, I'm just curious, what's your context, Jordan? Who are you to these creative people, just so I understand?
So basically, I'm kind of the overseer wearing multiple hats, dealing with people through that are basically, I'm trying to get my brand image and my branding concept across to people, like a web designer and like a Photoshop editor, like a photographer, like a videographer.
And
like
this is around your personal brand, or are you doing agency work for people? Like, what's the punch? What business are we talking about?
Yeah, this is around my personal brand. It's called World Class Mail.
I understand.
Got it. So, have you ever played sports? Were you a sports person growing up?
Absolutely. I'm a boxer.
Okay. So your trainers that you worked with, right? You've probably worked with a couple of them over the years. The best ones that you worked with probably took the effort to understand you and the way you learn before they started just laying on drills, right? So when I was coming up, I played a lot of different sports, right? And the coaches that got the best out of me knew that I wasn't going to be the best performer for them by drilling me into the ground. It was going to be by pulling me aside and saying, when you drop step, you're creating leverage. And they would explain the logic behind the coaching. And then I would work my ass off for those guys. But I had other guys on my team who needed to run suicides for 25 minutes because that was the only way they were going to get motivated if they didn't get something right. And and you are now a coach, right? You are now someone who's got to go put that message out into all of these different people's minds. It's not one size fits all. You have to customize that for the people you're talking to. The way a graphic designer might hear you is going to be very different than the way a photographer hears you because they work in different ways, and you have to make an effort to at least start to build some archetypes of who they are and what they want to hear from, and then cater it.
And so what Michael's talking about there is B2B empathy. It's a business-to-business relationship. And I think if you understand the B2B2C part of this, it can really unlock something for you. So no question, the thing that I most enjoyed watching my creative team that's sitting around me right now learn from me is you get another at-bat tomorrow. I think one of the biggest mistakes that someone like you on paper could make is you have a vision in your head. And whether you did a good job coaching or not, or let's say you crushed it and the designer went somewhere else. Maybe you totally understood how she worked, but she missed the mark. Here's the thing. You have to understand that she missed the mark based on only your point of view in your head, which may or may not be right. Meaning, I don't get any great feelings from when I tell the team to edit something, which is not often, if it then does well or doesn't. Do I think I understand my audience? Of course. Do I love razzing with them of like, see, sure, but that's the competitive part of me and it's absolutely in fun. They know that I don't mean it. I would tell you, being young in the process, why don't you let them just do it? Like, to me, it's ego that's getting in your way, because why don't you just see what happens versus that it should have been gold and this font, or should have been 13 seconds later. If you're building a brand around you and this whole thing, this is a forever game. So I think people overthink, like one video, one post can kill them so much. Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah, no, I'm not into micromanaging at all. And actually, that's actually really a good point, because my Photoshop guy, he has an architecture background, and I just let him run with it. He actually comes to me with ideas, and it's really great, and I love that relationship. I mainly was bringing this up because I have this one web developer, and he's great. He does good work, but I continually have to prod him and give him the daily rundown of the stuff that we've been working on in the previous day. And sometimes it gets a little frustrating.
So here's what I would say. You just might need to move on from that person, or here's my thing. My big thing is I don't dwell. Either I have to move on from that person, or I have to accept it and still say that the ROI for what I'm paying and the work that I'm getting is worth it. Yeah. The end.
See, brother,
it's binary. But you have to understand, You can't have that second part loaded. Too many people want it the way they want it, meaning you've decided that you're okay with what you're getting and what you have to do because of the price.
Yep.
Well, then you don't get to complain about it. You made your fucking bed, bro. Sleep in it. Sleep in it, because you're wasting energy on a decision you made. Too many people are looking for outside coddling. Like, you've made your bed, fucking sleep in it, because all the energy you're spending on to yourself or complaining to somebody else about Rick, who you have to talk to every day. This phone call of 5 minutes and 16 seconds is already ROI negative, because if you just accepted the bed that you created, you would have been on the offense for this 5 minutes and 27 seconds.
Yeah, no, I'm wearing the shirt, man. I'm wearing the shirt. It's all good. We're going to be launching in a few days. So.
Good luck.
But thank you so much for the call. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Good luck.